Hi, this is Gilbert. Today we're going to talk about Guitar Pro 6, and I'm just going to give you a quick review on how it's set up, what you can do with it, various features. It has a lot of capability that if you really dig into it, you can really learn a lot from it. I believe it pays for itself without a doubt. Typical guitar teacher, you could easily spend $100, $80, even $60 a month. This would be basically a good investment if you're really trying to improve your skills. So it opens up a whole new avenue for learning the guitar, learning new songs. So, the features that it comes with are really incredible, and a lot of people have spent a lot of time on this. So, um, with that said, here are the pull down menus. You got File, you can save your songs. Here are some of the songs I've downloaded. You can pull down from a website, which I'll explain a little bit later. It comes with some examples already set up, and your normal save. You can create templates, um, and I'll just go through the pull down menus. You have undo, so if you have a mistake, you can undo. Um, you have different voicing, basically different tracks, which you can add over here. Um, Go to Control G, go to a different measure. You can insert different tempos. Um, Let me go through the tracks. You can add tracks, similar as over here. Delete tracks. I'm only focusing on one track right now, the nylon guitar. This is where you go through key signature, time signature, um, give yourself a certain tempo. Um, so give yourself certain notation that you'd like in the notation. I mean, on the sheet music. Here you can add a different how you want to treat the beat, your notes. Um, um, and then you have various note effects: tremolo, legato, palm mute. If you highlight, it gives me a whole. It darkens in everything. Um, you have a digital tuner. I'll click on that. If you want to tune your guitar, you strike a note, and as you can see, it's just picking up the level of sound just based from my voice. Um, let's see, and you can choose your input mic. So the other thing, if you not familiar with a certain scale, it has a lot of ranges of scales that you can work with. Let's see, I think I may have had Japanese. You have your natural minor, major scales, harmonic minor, melodic minor, blues scale, whole tone scale. I've always liked that. And you can listen to how it sounds. Let's give it another rundown or run up. Starting note is C, but you can always start it wherever you want. Let's try F. And it shows you the actual notes that's being strike. So if you know the notes on your guitar, you can actually play against it. So and here's the various scale groups. So you get a lot of options here. Let's see, any other, you can transpose your piece. For example, too, if you out of timing, you can get this, you can hit this feature here, and it will adjust the music to accommodate your timing. Here is the control hotkeys that you could use to make it work for you if you're trying to play against it. I have the metronome turned on. I'm going to turn it off. Let's see, sound, yeah. There's a countdown feature. I haven't really worked with a MIDI capture, but I guess that's something that might be a helpful tool for someone. You can split your screen. You can set your screen in certain ways. And then these are the songs that I have loaded, as you can see in the various tabs here. This song that I'm kind of working with as an example. And some of these songs I've downloaded from Guitar Pro website, and I'll demonstrate that here in a little bit. This is what an example of a sheet, and this is what how the sheet looks from the view. You can have a vertical screen view or a horizontal screen view. F11 full screen. And basically you can work through various programs like this. And here's your another option here. Since I'm using this recording capabilities, it interferes with some of the tools here, but of my program that I'm recording this demonstration. So I'm using this as the hotkey to open up the full screen F11. And to the right, or to the left hand side, here are the notes. This is what we're looking at, and the features. Here's the actual guitar. You can change the actual tuning. Right now I have it set up to is kind of a slightly flat. Here's some of the tones. I just clicked a down arrow and tuned down a half step. Really nice feature. Tune down a full step. So and here's your standard. Here's the full range of tunings that you can work with. You can accentuate certain features of how you're playing, your playing style, and then you also have various notes or various instruments that you can work with. Right now I'm just utilizing the nylon guitar, but you can also use flute, trombone, harmonica, oboe, and just create a unique sound. So if you're using this, you can also use this as a backup tool. So if you're trying to create a rhythm section or just something to practice with, you can lay down some chord progression and work from that. Now some of the features that it has, let's go to writing. The thing I like about it is if you have songs of music that some of the great artists have, composers have put together, Mozart, Bach, Fernando Sor, Carcassi, all these great acoustic or guitar pieces that you don't know what they sound like, you can actually transpose them and put them on standard notation. Here and even if you want to create your own music, you can do that as well. Here is a demonstration that I've put together. I put it in 4/4 time, and this Guitar Pro works from tablature, but it also goes one step further, converts your tablature into standard notation. So you have to be familiar with tablature, and you can learn tablature fairly easy with this tool. Open strings are, and it works from the bass up to your higher strings, so your low E up to your higher E. So and you use your number pad to define the location of where you want to play the note. So I've set it up for 4/4 timing. You can also change this to a bass clef if you want to. It's a great tool for bass instruments as well. And then if you notice, if you want to write down the fingering as well, it's great for just putting that in there as well. Here's an example of the fingering, 3rd fret, and what the actual notes look like from a visual perspective of what the chord looks like on your guitar. So from a C note, we got 3, 2, 0, 1, and if you hold your guitar, there's the 3rd note on the 2nd string, 2nd note on the 3rd string, open, and then there's the C on your 5th string, and the 6th string would be 0. So that would be a C chord. So basically it's low to high that corresponds with your standard notation. And here's an example of a strum with all open strings. So you got your low E, your A, your D, your G, your B, and E, and that's striking open string. And then here are the open strings if you play each individual note. And then I played the G note with the 3rd string, and then we repeat the same thing over again. And then here I've tried to make it interesting, played a C chord, and then added the notation as well here. You can play a G major 7th here and the actual G major 7th here as well. So let's hear how this sounds from the beginning. And I'll turn off the repeat, and let's see how it sounds. So that's an example of something that I've created. I'm going to add some more notes. I'm going to that was 4. This was, I put in the whole notes there to continue on with this bar. So these are bars of 4 counts. So I'm going to add another 4 counts here, and then let's try something interesting. I am going to put a C note, and then let's try the, no, I don't want to do that. I want to add a single note. make it a single. But in order for me to make this complete, I have to put in 4 more notes. So let's arpeggiate the C chord. I'm going to put 2 there. Still insisting on putting a 0. I mean a whole note. And then I'm going to make this open. There's going to be, this would be a 1. And I've completed my 4 notes here. If I try to put another note in here, or if I made this a half note, this would be, it'll immediately turn red because I'm not in the 4/4 timing. So it kind of tells me that I made a mistake, and so I need to correct that. And I'm just clicking on the. Now, if I want to do, go over to the next bar. Let's try adding a chord, and I'm going to click on this tab. Actually, over here. Let's try an A chord. Let's click on this. This menu comes up. Let's try an A. Sorry for that. A major 7th. I kind of like that. Let's try. And then you can add additional notes here. But let's keep it at a major 7th. And you can create it more complex but it also depends on the voicing that you're trying to establish. So for right now, let's look at the 5th fret, and that's right here. And let's see if we add it. And since we're right here, I can add it as a note, and it also puts it up here and also adds it here. Now let's see how it sounds. And then it kind of wants to resolve itself, but and let's add let's play it again. And then let's do that over here. And then we'll add in C. And I don't know how these are going to sound. I just want to, and then I'm going to turn this off. This is an intro, and I don't need it right now. It's normally used for practicing. And let's play it from the start. And it kind of gives you a way of creating something unique. One of the features that I wanted to go over is the training capabilities. I just clicked on the tempo, and it allows you to adjust the tempo, and you can slow this way down to a very slow um, tempo. You can go progressive, um, or let's look at the loop. With the speed trainer, you can slow this way down. It'll repeat 4 times, or you can make it, for example purposes, I'm just going to make it go 1 time, and then let's slow this down to 35%, and let's see how it picks up speed here. And then it's going to pick up, it's a little bit faster now, as you'd notice it. As you can see, it's going a little bit faster. So this is kind of gives you an example of how you can improve your music and write your own music. I have some tabs up here of songs that I've kind of put together, well, songs that I've downloaded. Here's an example of Silent Night. Well, before I even go into that, if you go to Guitar Pro website, Guitar Pro tabs, you can literally download various musics, so various tabs, directly into Guitar Pro and listen to how they sound. Let's see, let's look for I'm sure everybody knows who AC/DC is, or let's look at maybe these are lists of artists that Led Zeppelin. As you can see, they have various versions, and this is how many downloads. This one's a pretty popular one, kind of rough. Let's download it. I'm going to download it, and I'm going to go back to Guitar Pro. If you always wanted to learn that particular song, here it is. It has various tracks, so you have multiple, so you can learn different parts to it. Let's see how it sounds. I have to warn you that sometimes some of these versions may not exactly be what they should be, but or it may not sound, but you get an idea of what to do. Let's see how this one sounds. Let me see. I want to make sure it's normal here. I don't want Speed Trainer. Actually, I don't want the loop at all, so I don't have it highlighted. So let's see how it sounds. Now, so if you wanted to slow it down and learn the piece, you can go to Speed Trainer, highlight it, and let's take a listen, see how it sounds. You notice the speed is slowed down way down. And then you have all the notes of how they've played this part. And you can start building up your speed on learning how to play this. So you right now I've gone through showing examples of how to write, how to put the music in Guitar Pro tab, and also go to their website and pull down some already pre-existing tablature music. Some of the things that I didn't go over are some of the special effects that you can add. You have distortion. You can create different styles of cabinets, um, and then EQ. And then here's an example of a whole list of effects that you can actually put into to show you how it's to add as far as effects in your piece that you're trying to play. Speaking of cabinets, you can actually change different kinds of cabinets, cabinet sounds, so it gives you a pretty broad range to work from. Let's see what this pull down menu. So there's some additional presets that you can actually add to this. So also, if you want to put lyrics in the sheet music, you can do that as well. I've never really played with it, but as you can see, it's starting to add. You basically put it in, identify the measure of where you're working at, and you know, so it allows you further capabilities with your songwriting, and then you can print it out, save it, do whatever you want. So I'm probably only covered just a small portion of what this has the capabilities of doing. There's probably a whole bunch more. You can literally buy songs from My Song Book, and you own those. Once you pay for them, you own those songs. You own the sheet music, and here's some of the songs that you can. A good example, and you have various um, genres that you can choose from. So that pretty much rundown gives you a good rundown on Guitar Pro 6. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them my way. I look forward to hearing back from you. If you want to hear more stuff that I'm putting together, let me know. Please subscribe. I'd like to hear from you. And have a good day. Thanks.